Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Alif Ridha from PSP 21. From PSP 21, I like to review the journal entitled Occurrence of Microplastic Pollution at Oyster Reefs and Other Coastal Sites by Lois D. Singer and Austin Kirkle in the year 2018. In study, they collected water sample from 10 sites, 4 of which were directly above Oyster Reefs, with the remainder spread throughout the Mississippi zone-specific sampling location, and curtain water quality measurements are provided in Table 1. Samples were collected in the spring and summer of 2019 during a period of March to the seafood that humans consume come from estuaries and coastal areas where microplastic accumulate due in part to continual input and degradation of plastic litter from rivers and runoff. As filter feeders, oysters are especially vulnerable to MP. In study, we assessed MP pollution in water at oyster reefs along the Mississippi Gulf Coast when one historic flooding of the Mississippi River caused the Burnett Care spillway to remain open for a record period of time, causing major freshwater intrusion to the area and deleterious impact. The species 2, the spillway was closed and normal salinity conditions resumed. Microplastic were isolated using single pot method, preparing sample in the same vessel used for the collection right up until the MP were transferred onto filter for analysis. The MPS were quantified using we found no significant difference between the samples collected just below the surface and those collected near the bottom during the sample sampling. Even and across all sampling sites, the lack of difference by depth is not surprising, given the shallow waters and missing by wave action. Hereafter, we will not distinguish sample by depth. Next, I will review the journal entitled Fish as bioindicator of heavy metal pollution in aquatic ecosystem of Pleasant Lake in Poland and the risk assessment for consumer health by Joanna Luzinka in the years 2018. Living organisms, including fish, require heavy metal occurring in trace amount to survive. Excessive amount of the some metal can be detrimental to organism, while mercury, lead, and cadmium do not matter on organism. And during prolonged and exposure to the body can cause illness or death. Heavy metals belong to the groups of elements that they have density least 5 times higher the density of water. Their toxicity, among others, depend on exposition route, nutritional status of exposed individuals, chemical species or age, genetic and gender. Fish may be applied as biomarker in order to elucidate the aquatic behavior of the environmental pollution and to assess exposure of aquatic organisms. Different in the content of the mercury, zinc, and copper in muscles, livers, gonads, and gills in aquatic organisms. The last, I will review the journal entitled Toxicity of Pesticides to Aquatic Microorganisms, a review by Mary A. de Lorenzo in the years 2019, when he said microorganisms contribute significantly to primary production, nutrient killing, and decomposition in estuarine ecosystem. Therefore, detrimental effect of pesticides on microbial species may have subsequent impact on higher trophic levels. Pesticides may affect estuarine microorganisms via spill, runoff, and drive. Both the structure and the function of microbial communities may be impaired by pesticide toxicity. Pesticide may also be metabolized or bioaccumulated by microorganisms. Mechanisms of toxicity vary depending on the type of the pesticide the microbial species exposed. Herbicides are generally most toxic to phototrophic microorganisms, exhibiting toxicity by disrupting photosynthesis. Atrazine is most widely used and most extensively studied herbicide. Toxic effect of our organophosphate and organochlorine insecticides on microbial species have also been demonstrated, although their mechanism of toxicity in such non-target species remain unclear. There is a great deal of variability in toxicity of even a single pesticide among microbial species. Maybe that all I can come up with. More and less, I'm sorry. I ended. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.